Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I made a post on most of my social medias asking for questions for a Q&A video. It's a little bit later out in the day. It's like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock, so it's not so hot. It was like 92 degrees today. I'm going to be answering some of the questions you guys slid up on my post about, and we'll get into it. Alright, so the first question I got from TTV Mel BR. What bike do you ride? Perfect question to start off the video. This bike is a 2017 YZ250F. I bought this bike back in 2019, but when I bought it, the bike was only 2 years old. The one thing about this bike though, compared to the other years, 2018 is when they made an electric start for this. Since it's a 2017, I still got my kickstart. So that's the only thing I wish that I got differently with this bike compared to the other ones in all the years. Alright, so the second question is from Sir on PVD. What drives or motivates you? Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that really motivates me or drives me. I'm only 24 years old. I have my own place. So right there, that drives me to keep my place going, take care of bills. So that's what kind of drives me with the day. That goes for every single day. What motivates me though is just other people that are motivated. Other people I just meet throughout life. I meet new people all the time, and hearing some of their life stories kind of motivates me to do better, be greater. Alright, so the next question is from Lambo Kaysen. He said, what was your first dirt bike? So my first bike I got was when I was 9 years old. It was a Yamaha, same brand as this. It was a TTR 110. It was a little pit bike. That was my very first bike. After that, I got a bigger bike, pretty much just like this one, but it was a Honda. It was a CRF 250R. I got that probably in like 2016. I had both those bikes for like a year, and then I sold the little dirt bike, and then after some time went down the road, I actually got my first street bike. That's what I'm working on now. If you look back at some of my other videos, you'll see that bike. I found it after like 4 years. Alright, the next question is from GDP_the plumber. What's the best sprocket setup for my 250? For y'all that don't know, on my 250, this thing's actually street legal. It doesn't really go all that fast on the main road, so I actually changed my rear sprocket and my front sprocket just so I could go faster on the main road. Not by a whole lot, but a good enough to where it's my liking. It's gonna depend on if you want more top speed or acceleration. I run a 46 tooth on the rear and a 14 tooth in the front. That's gonna give me more top speed over acceleration. For me personally, I got used to it. I say it's easier because when you snap that throttle, it's not so torquey. You just have to get used to that setup if you change it. The reason why I say keep it stock is because that's what the manufacturer has that gear ratio set up for. It's best in between for acceleration and top speed. Alright, so I'm really not used to filming with this GoPro very often. My bad if it sounds like I'm yelling and you can hear me totally fine. This is an old GoPro and I can't really hook up a mic to it. That's probably gonna be one of my next purchases, to get a new GoPro, hook a mic up to it so I don't have to fucking yell over this wind and shit. But the next question is from Tom. He says, as to someone getting into the bike scene, where can I go and meet other people with the same interests? It depends on what bike scene you're getting into. I'm assuming you probably mean dirt bikes from what my page is usually from. There's two different types of bike scenes. There's the Bikelife scene, where when I say Bikelife, I mean all the kids doing wheelies on the streets and stuff. Then there's people that race bikes. That's what I used to do a while back. If you're talking about getting into the bike scene on like racing, just look up local tracks where you can honestly go there and do practice rides. If you're talking about like Bikelife scene, it's all on social media. Like, especially nowadays in 2024, everything is on social media. I'd suggest Instagram. You probably see reels of people doing all these crazy stunts and stuff. Comment on their videos or shoot them a DM. If you message like 5 people, I guarantee you at least 2 of those 5 people are gonna respond back to you. I honestly just found Bikelife from a friend and he was already in it. And then throughout that, I met other people through social media. See that, but yo, that's a wild Christmas tree, like fully decorated and shit. I have no idea who that was, but he just yelled my name. I honestly have no idea if I just finished what I was trying to say. That was a wild Christmas tree, fully decorated in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not talking no tiny tree. That shit was fucking huge, bro. And it was fully decorated. Yo, I actually think I know where this is. If you guys watch my very most recent video, yeah, this is the exact same place where we rode. I didn't know you could come here from that street. That's crazy. Alright, I'm actually gonna take my drone out right now to get some shots. So while I'm setting this up, the next question is from Tony. He said, how did you get into photography? I want to say 2019. I honestly was getting photos done of myself. I was asking the person about the camera. I've always been into editing and taking pictures, but I never had like my actual own camera. He was telling me about what camera they had, and it's a great starter camera. I had a Canon Rebel T6, I think it was. But yeah, it was a great starter camera, and I had that shit for years, bro, years. And I didn't want to buy something too expensive and I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Next question is, how did you get into videography? After getting into photography years, I wanted to try and do some videography, and social media was starting to get really, really big into other stuff. Once I got this camera, and I honestly just started learning videography from there, and I just kind of all did research and just kind of picked it up on my own. All right, so this next question is from Low Key. How many times have you been hit in a show? For some of y'all that don't know what he's probably talking about, he's saying a show, which means like a sideshow with the cars, you're doing all the drifting and all that stuff. Oh shit. Why my fucking drone all fucked up? What the fuck? What the fuck going on? Yeah, so back to this question. Honestly, never been hit. Filming, driving, nothing. I've never been hit before. Let's try this again. I just did a gimbal recalibration on it. Hopefully that fixed it.
A few minutes later.
All right, so this next question says, how did you feel and what were you thinking when you got hit from the car? After the accident, my girlfriend was honestly like surprised I didn't say anything about my car. I was mainly just so focused on making sure she was okay. It was kind of a weird fucking thing that happened because I had no idea what happened. When we got hit once, airbags went off, we just got sent forward. The second impact we hit was an oncoming car from traffic coming the opposite way. So there's two lanes here. We were in this lane, and when he hit us from behind, it shot us in the oncoming traffic. It happens in slow-mo, it really does. That's my first really big car accident. But yeah, that's kind of just like about that. That's a whole nother video I'll probably get into. So this next question is from 2SS Billy and a bunch of other people. What I have in mind for my next car. I've yet to really want to deep dive into looking at my next car because there's really no point of me test driving a bunch of cars when I have no idea what insurance is going to give me for an insurance check. When I say that, I still have yet to receive my insurance check from that accident. This was back in January. Today's date is August 3rd. It's been 7 months, bro, and I still have yet to receive a check. I don't want to start going car shopping and get my hopes up for a car I might not be able to get, you know what I mean? Some of the cars I did test drive, I did test drive the new 400Z. We also test drove the new MK5 Supra, the BMW M5, and some other cars, right? Yo, I thought these blue lights was a cop. Yo, slick, bro. Yo, wait. That's another Christmas tree decorated. All right, so the last question I got is from Shane. What is my dream car? My dream car for years, since I was a kid, like even my day one boys know, it has been the 370Z. And funny enough, I actually have two of my most favorite pictures I took of that car right here in the field. I'll pop those pictures up, one here and one here. Honestly, I take a lot of photos of cars in this field. This field is just so fucking sick. But yeah, so honestly, those are pretty much all the questions. If you guys had any other questions and I didn't answer them, if you didn't see the post and you wanted to ask me some questions, just leave a comment on this video and I'll just reply back and answer the question that you have. I'm definitely going to be filming a lot more content soon. I'm honestly just trying to push some videos out, get my fucking YouTube out there on the algorithm. Other than that, do a couple fucking wheelies on the way home and that'll probably be the end of the video.